We finally got high-level leak specifications for the Canon EOS R6 Mark III, as well as the price and the date. And when it comes to the date, we've heard about November the 16th, November the 26th, November the 4th, and now November the 6th. I even had someone come forward earlier today telling me that it was going to happen on October the 15th. So, which one is it? What are the lenses and what are the specifications? Well, we have a trusted, validated source coming forward and are confident in the date. Click subscribe and we'll get right to it. It means more to us than a perfectly functioning chute does to a skydiver. Hi, I'm Simon, your trusty camera news junkie that scans the news and rumor sites so that you don't have to, saving you time for more important things like sneaking in a nap while everyone else is working. The rumor dates have been all over the place for the Canon EOS R6 Mark III, but I'm happy to tell you that Canon isn't announcing it on a Sunday or even on Thanksgiving. But we all kind of knew that those dates weren't correct, didn't we? That it wasn't going to happen on a Sunday or on Thanksgiving. Well, a source came forward early Friday morning and told me that the Canon EOS R6 Mark III would be announced on November the 6th. Now, this person didn't mention the actual time zone or the time. As I was in the office Friday, I didn't have a chance to put out a video, so I decided to spend a little bit more time to get you some bonus information for your patience. Again, thank you. Now, Fridays are usually slow, which is why normally I like to work in the office. I don't have to worry about camera announcements coming out. And I also have some rehab that comes afterwards, so basically it completely writes off Friday. Now, the time of the announcement is still, well, unknown, as is the time zone. And do you remember the date, the November the 26th date? Well, apparently it's still in play. It's still a definite maybe. The Canon EOS R6 Mark III is coming November the 6th. I don't know the time. We will see the RF 45mm f1.2, but 3 more lenses will be coming later in the month. And the next NDA expires November the 26th. So the Canon EOS R6 Mark III announces along with the RF 45mm f1.2. But does this mean that the second announcement will take place on November the 26th? No, it doesn't mean that at all. Actually, what that means is that the NDAs are in place up to November the 26th for some products. And if you've signed that NDA, well, you can't talk about those products until that date is reached. Now, what Canon may do is, and what they've done in the past, is they could, well, release the NDA sooner than expected. And we saw this with the Canon EOS R6 Mark II. The source, who told me November the 4th, contacted me yesterday telling me that due to, how shall I say it, noise in the communication cycle, November the 4th was heard when November the 6th was spoken. Oh well, we can't always get things right, can we? At least we got it pretty close, closer than others. Horseshoes and hand grenades, as the expression goes. So, what about the other lenses? Well, we're sure that the 20 to 50mm will be announced, as it was leaked by Canon India along with the 45mm f1.2. Canon Rumors believes that the RF 300 to 600mm f4 to 5.6 LUSM is going to be announced, and I'd give a 50-50 chance, but the rumored RF 24 to 70 f2.8 VCM that Canon Rumors talks about, well, that one seems to be a bit too bold for, well, me. I haven't heard any confirmation. I'm not saying that Canon Rumors is wrong here, but the whole point of VCM lenses is to have them more or less within 100 grams the same weight and the same size so that when you're changing out lenses while on a gimbal or a rig, you don't have to rebalance, recalibrate. So if the lens does come out, the 24 to 70 as a VCM, well, I'll want to take a deep dive into the patent applications to see how they did it. I suspect that they're keeping the front and back elements locked in place, with only the middle elements moving ever so slightly not to put off the balance. And we've seen several patents that claim to do this. So what about the specifications for the Canon EOS R6 Mark III? Well, Canon Rumors was correct. The sensor is the same as the C50, so 34.2 megapixels effective. And it's going to get the same dual pixel autofocus system version 2 that's found in the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. And that's certainly a good thing. It's a really solid autofocus system, so that will mean better tracking of subjects and objects, even if they're partially obscured. And the camera gets IBIS, 6.5 stops, so down from what we see on the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, which is about 8.5 stops. And in terms of continuous shooting, and yes, most of these specs, we do have one really incredible video specification that is going to surprise a lot of people because this is the R6 Mark III. So continuous shooting, 40 frames per second. We do suspect that that is raw based on what the R6 Mark II could do. And ISO, 64,000 ISO. Is that correct? That's the notes I had put down. 64,000 ISO. If it's wrong, I'll correct it right here. But yeah, that's pretty impressive. Okay, so another important capability for photographers, and you're going to, this is a good thing here, it's going to have pre-capture. Now, there's no mention whether this sensor is going to be anywhere different from what we see in the C50, but it sounds like it's a really good sensor, so that's a good thing. So the other capability, and this one is huge for videographers. It's the only video capability that we have, and that, well, this is a leaked specification, according to Canon rumors, that the R6 Mark III is going to have open gate. That will be the second camera that Canon does open gate in. Sony, are you listening? Where are you? Sony, you don't believe in open gate for any of your cameras, and Canon has come out with 2 cameras, and I know, Lumix fans out there, you've got a ton of cameras that can do open gate. Look, you guys were first in a lot of things. For the rest of the industry to catch up, it's taking time, but this is a good thing. Open gate. Now, you ready for the price? I've decided to come in a little closer for effect here. I know these aren't good effects, but I'm on a cheap budget. The price for the Canon EOS R6 Mark III in euros, I'll get to dollars afterwards, is $28.99. So what should the list price be in dollars, US dollars? Based on the European price, based on the exchange rate, and listen to what I'm saying here because you can't just do a simple calculation. I always get comments on this. So the exchange rate, there's also customs and duties and tariffs, right? So all these have a play. So based on all those calculations, the pre-tax price for the Canon EOS R6 Mark III could be as high as $26.99. But that $28.99 price, if that already has the VAT in it, their value added tax, then that price, $26.99, would be somewhere, well, 20% less. Let me ask Siri. Hey Siri. Siri? Hello Siri? Take the
Master, how can I help?
Take the price of $26.99 and subtract 20%.
Sorry, I can't help with that.
This thing's getting dumber and dumber with every day. Okay, I'm going to do it in my head. So 20% off, $200 for it. That could bring the price down to around $21.99. So a price range of between $21.99 and $26.99, because that $28.99 euro price, I don't know if that includes the value-added tax inside the price or not. And we want to compare, you know, apples to apples, not apples to oranges. Now, in terms of the shipping date, and this is good news, folks. This doesn't mean a Q1 announce or Q1 shipping date, unless, of course, you pre-order late. But we're looking at late November. And now for the price for the 45mm f1.2. It's going to be 599 euros. So using the same math calculation as before, we're looking at a price of somewhere between $399 and $599. So it's good to see another affordable lens for under $1,000 and 1,000 euros. So if you are interested in buying the Canon R6 Mark III, the 45mm, then please use my smart pre-order links for Adorama, B&H, Wex, Photo and Video in the UK, and Photoca in Germany. And I know I'm still saying that wrong. I got to practice it a little bit more. The links will be effective right after the announcement on November the 6th. And because this channel is viewer supported, by using these links, we get a small commission back, and it's very much appreciated. Now, once I know the actual announcement time and time zone, I'm going to schedule a live stream along with my expert guest panel for 1 hour before. Oh, and one last thing. I've been doing a bit of soul searching and paying attention to your comments, and I wanted to ask, how can I improve my videos? Is there anything I can add in terms of content? Do you want to see them shorter? Now, I have no interest in producing videos that are 1 to 3 minutes long. I'm old, I talk a little bit, I like to go through storytelling, and I like to provide a bit of a background. And for those that want to get the information really quickly, you can follow my chapters, but I'm not going to shorten it. But that being said, I've listened to you guys since I only had about 100 subscribers, listening to your advice on how I can improve things. And over the last year or two, I really haven't received any much feedback that lets me know that you're content or you're bored and you're signing off. So let me know what you'd like. How can I improve these videos? Do you want to see them shorter? Do you want embedded stupid hamster videos? I'm old and we people like to take our time and to be entertained. I know some don't care for my content delivery, and that's fine. I know some people don't like rumors. That's fine too. I'm not going to change the core of this channel. I really do love covering news and rumors, and because I have a day job and failing health, I really only have 1 to 2 hours to do most videos. But again, if there's something that I can do to add value to these videos, then please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. It's very much appreciated. Don't be surprised if another video comes out later this weekend. Things are starting to heat up and there's still an awful lot to find out. So, for example, the time zone, the time, as well as some of the more specifications, like video specifications. We don't have those yet. And what are the other 3 lenses? Whew, there's a lot to cover. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Oh, and by the way, for my Canadian subscribers, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's another reason why I wasn't expecting a lot of news on Friday, because it's the Friday before Thanksgiving, and guess what I'm more interested in doing? I'm interested in going out and getting myself some turkey. No, not those turkeys, something from a grocery store. Have a good one, guys, and thanks so much for tuning in. Cheers, and happy Thanksgiving.